Yo, what is up guys? Steel Vico here, and welcome back to another Spirit Halloween sneak peek video for 2021, guys. We have a bunch of animatronics to talk about, and I'm going to try to get through them as quickly as possible, so you guys can hear my thoughts on these animatronics. And I know that there's going to be another set of them. There's obviously more. We have leaks. Not to talk about those too much because people don't like leaks, but we know for sure that there are going to be more. Plus, this would be a really small lineup anyway. So we're going to be talking about, last time it was Night Stalker, and now we're going to be talking about one that I actually am kind of a big fan of, and that is the Ghostface animatronic, the 5.4 foot Ghostface animatronic for $130. So the first thing I'm going to get out of the way is that he is a blatant Hauntress reskin, which I don't honestly have a big problem with because the mech is new. I believe it came out last year, and it is a really cool mech. I can see it being used very effectively. It isn't used to the best effect in Hauntress's demo video, as you can kind of see the Hauntress before she pops out in the pole, but it kind of gives a general idea of how that animation works, and I think it's a really cool animation, so I'm happy to see reskins of them, honestly, and to hear that a Ghostface animatronic was going to come out this year, and to see this is quite exciting to me. Personally, I'm not the biggest, personally, I know he could be a lot better, and I could talk about that a little bit in a video, but I don't think I'm gonna right now, too much, but I'll just say that, his hands could be a bit more stuffed, and I think he could be a bit taller. And instead of having the stabbing and, I think it's music and screaming, which, by the way, as, me being a pretty big Scream fan myself, I don't think that any of those sound effects were used from any of the movies, which is definitely something that if they would have at least used, some of the music or some of the screams from the movie, would have made the prop a lot better. I personally would have liked to have heard that iconic Ghostface voice from maybe the opening scene, or him saying "Hello, Sydney" or something like that. But I think that would have been much cooler. Now I think he does look pretty good for the most part. He is short. The cloak is hard to mess up, and they did it good here. The mask looks fine. A lot of people say it looks cheap and bad. I personally think the mask looks pretty good. The knife looks plastic and cheap, yet it looks accurate to the movie knife, which, so I can't complain too much about it. The price of this is only bumped up $10 to the Hauntress's original price, as the Hauntress price went up $10 to return. And that extra $10 for licensing I think is pretty fair, and I would actually consider getting this one because of his $130 price tag, which I think is a very fair price for this kind of animatronic, since it is licensed, and in several of the pictures, if you pop the hood out, the mask really does look quite good, and I think that it would be a pretty startling jump scare prop. Whether you prefer the Hauntress or this one is completely up for debate, and something you could make a completely separate video about. But now I'll just read his description. Once again, this one doesn't have any phrases, but I'm just going to read his description and then kind of do the outro. But long story short, before that, I do love this prop a lot, and I think it is a really, really cool one, and one that you guys might see on the channel, me being a horror fan and especially a Scream fan, and I would like to get my hands on an animatronic Ghostface of some kind, so this might be the one. Better watch your back when Ghostface is in town, and don't even think about picking up that telephone. The master of stalking prey loves to manipulate his victims before sneaking up and landing a deadly strike with his hunting knife. His motivation is unclear, as you never know who could be donning the Ghostface mask next. He lurks and hides in the shadows and with his black robe, and moves as swiftly as the cold wind as he prepares to go on his next killing spree. Now, I do love that cold wind line. I think that it sounds pretty cool, and got to give props to Spirit for that cool imagery. Be careful where you run on this next Halloween, because you never know when this Ghostface animatronic will pop out from behind a corner and give you a terrifying jump scare. The animatronic pops out from both left and right, making him perfect to place anywhere in your home. And he is officially licensed, of course. Now, yeah, I think this animatronic is really cool. I'm really excited that we got a Ghostface. I personally would have preferred to see a talking one that kind of moves back and forth with the knife, kind of a Jemmy style one. Would have been more something I would have been more interested in seeing. However, I think this is an effective animatronic for jump scare wise, and I think the animation does make sense for the character to kind of pop out with the knife. I think that makes a lot of sense. and it's just kind of a preference thing that I would prefer the talking one that has a more taller presence. But this is certainly a good jump scare prop and one that I consider buying. So yeah. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this animatronic or any other animatronics. Let me know what you guys think about the graveyard shift or what you think about these shorter videos. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.